All right, this is Julia Durgee and our last art talk for this Saturday. Take it away.
Thanks for coming. It's so dreary out, so today we're gonna have fun. So I'm the artist who did these three paintings here. They're all what you'd call impressionists, or I was trained in Maine in the plein air style, where you want to make the paint look like the paint. You want to keep it loose and somewhat accidental looking. I always end up tightening up though, so my goal in life is to be really loose. I was trained as a fashion illustrator a long time ago, so I got really good at figures, and I drew a lot of naked people. Constant.
How many naked people?
All shapes and sizes, like everybody. So if I'm staring at you too long, no. So I try to add figures into my drawings because I know that's my strength. I had one painting where it was just a painting of the Ida Yarborough housing projects in Albany, and it was of the playground, and I submitted that for Troy's fence, the Troy Art Center, and it was fine. It didn't get any awards. It was just kind of like there amongst the sea of other artwork. And then I was like, you know what, this is missing something. I'm going to add the kids, because when I was painting, kids are like, they're all over the place. There's no way you can possibly paint them in a plein air setting. But I was smart and I took photos of them, tried to capture them in their native habitat and these great poses. So then I went back and I added people, these beautiful kids in, and then it won Best in Show at Builds. So I was like, all right, I guess I need to stick with figures some more. This one, speaking of figures, this one's called Hot Dude Reading. It's inspired by, there's a big Instagram channel, which is pretty privacy invasive photos of handsome men on subways reading. Because everyone's single in New York, and it's this aspirational picture of like, you always want what you don't have. So it's totally this. This was of probably looks familiar to you. I hope this is of the Albany Art Institute. And I like connections. I like it when there's a dialogue between two people in whatever setting. And here they couldn't be bothered with the art on the walls. Maybe they're taking a break. So here they are on their phones, just like as I am every night. It's just like this, an Instagram. Someone I think said, oh, when was the last time you felt awe? The correct answer is when I was hiking or I went to the Grand Canyon. No, the true answer is Instagram. Like, you're odd, and that's not good because it's less time painting, or it's less time working or planning or calling a friend. So sometimes you have to fight the awe because it's not healthy to be so bombarded by beauty and fascination every moment. And I don't normally work square. That's why I asked you about the square, because it is very Instagram. To me, it's Instagram DNA of this square, cool style. It's a more challenging composition because the more 2/3 dimension gets your eye around more. That's almost more pressure to get it right when you're square. And I guess a good composition will move your eye around. I go wrong when I don't pay attention to where your eyeball goes, and I learned that your eyeball will immediately go to where the whitest white is and the blackest black. So here's like, are these figures too emphasized because they're so dark against this white? And instead, could I have softened them or made them a lighter gray maybe to lessen their importance? Because really the focus is this connection. And this is kind of a happy triangle here because it's like we're humans, our eyes gravitate to faces, and then, what's she looking at? So it's kind of this like triangle movement here. This one in Maine, ever being adventurous, I set up my easel out on this hip beer garden in Portland, Maine, where I lived for 6 years. And I just painted, and people came up to me, which is fun. I welcome people, and it's always a man who will say, "Are you getting my good side?" It's always a man. I will take photos, as I said, of the scene, and then I'll go back and finish them. And I try to keep loose, but sometimes I'll lose the battle, and I'll tighten up and get exactly this where the dimensions are so perfect and the brush strokes get too small. my teachers in Maine said, use a brush that's fat enough to make you uncomfortable. So it's forcing you, and hold it farther down so that you're like cheating, you're forcing yourself to be loose and not to get tight. But I keep cheating. I want to point out my frame made by my dad. He has to reluctantly go to a wood shop every week with his friends, and I'm like, well, if you have to go, you can make some frames. So he's really good at that. So I think frames are important. Frames are, like, if a gallery isn't selling a work, they'll just change the frame out just to move it around. So I actually prefer this modern floating frame style. This is more classic. Of course, what if I gave him a floater? What would it have sold? Who knows? But yeah, it's really up to people's taste. So you're taking a guess on like how you frame it. Yeah, and then I guess back to Instagram. If you're not posting it, no one sees it. And Instagram I have a day job where I'm a digital marketer, so I'm lucky that I have these digital marketing skills to help with the art. It actually makes me, if I do that all day long, I don't want to do my own publicity stuff. So I'm just like, I just want to paint. No. But a lot of fine artist friends know that they have to film themselves creating as just content, just to get eyeballs, just to grow followers, just to get their name out. So we all have to embrace this awe channel that's causing us all to be separate. But hopefully there's benefits, and Craig's been adopting the video format too. So if you're an artist, you have to be doing videos, not just images. Questions? Yes.
For your scene in the art museum, you didn't complete it at that point.
No. Yeah, this was, okay, I'll be stopped. If I see something so beautiful, I'm like, ugh, what is that? Like the other day, I dropped off something at the Boys and Girls Club in Schenectady, and playgrounds, I don't know why. The sun was just like sideways, and I was like, ugh. Oh, fine, I'll take a photo. Like, you have to stop. It happens a lot when you're traveling. You're doing something out of your ordinary routine where you're just awed by beauty, and you have to stop. Luckily, we all have these cameras in our pockets that allow you to take photos and then recreate the beauty later.
Yeah, well, I give you a lot of credit, because a lot of times I see paintings that have been taken from a photograph, but people haven't paid attention to how they've held that phone, so it often distorts what you've got. And
Oh, yeah.
that's beautiful.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you.
So, like, for example, those two women in the openness to history and art, they were in your photograph.
They were there. I
And
wouldn't.
those two people in the background were in your photograph.
They were there too, but I photoshopped them to be closer to get this like eyeball composition as well.
Yeah,
You can cheat.
Right. How comfortable are you with just adding things?
That's a great question. My teacher in Maine, who is represented by the Laffer Gallery up in Schuylerville, his name is David Lucier. He'll do a composition, and if he's like, that house, if only if it was a little closer, I'll just move it. And I'm like, no, you're lying. Like, that's not the truth. That's not that moment. But who cares? Like, the goal isn't true. You're not a photojournalist. The goal is emotion, storytelling, and composition. So, I still reluctant to move a scene around just because it's gonna serve my purpose. I'm a weird truth teller. Yeah.
Now the bottom painting, that was done plein air?
Yes, mostly, and then I'll take a photo.
Okay.
Same thing. Yeah, like all the people, the buzz. Like I was at a car show painting a car, and then it drove away. So you get smart and you take a photo before it drives away.
Thanks, Julie.
Yeah, thank you.